Hello, and thank you for watching this ag forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, the satellite picture here, we'll start off with that on Tuesday morning. We've got scattered clouds making their way across the Northeast, maybe some fog across northern portions here, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, parts of upstate New York, seeing some fog, and then some valley fog across Pennsylvania this morning, so perhaps a beautiful morning with some of that low-lying fog in some of the valleys and some sunshine moving in from the west. Now, we do have a wild card off to the south. I'll go ahead and show this loop one more time. Here is Delta making its way across toward the Yucatan as we head through the next 24 hours. A closer shot of Delta here. This is the most recent look just after 5 o'clock this morning. And then the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We've got Delta rapidly intensifying to a Category 2 hurricane this morning. This is again as of 5 a.m. Eastern time. I'm sorry, that would be 4 o'clock Central Time with the mental conversion happening there. But expected to intensify to a major hurricane status here. And that would be major Category 4 or 5 as we head through the next 24 hours. Again, targeting the Yucatan here as we head into overnight into tomorrow morning, and then making its way toward the Gulf Coast. Landfall expected right now across coastal Louisiana overnight Friday into Saturday, but still parts of the southern Mississippi, southern Alabama in play there as well with the forecast window. As we take a look at the radar picture on Tuesday morning, quiet across the Northeast. We've got some very light showers making their way across the Great Lakes, and then some shower and storm activity across the Southeast. So you look at the last 72 hours of accumulated precipitation, it's been quite dry, just some scattered showers across western Pennsylvania, some very light showers elsewhere, a couple of heavier showers across upstate New York over the last 72 hours as well. And then again, much of the heavier precipitation, more organized shower and storm activity confined to the Florida Peninsula. Now, as we look at the next 7 days, temperatures on the left, our temperature anomaly forecast on the left, and then precipitation total accumulation over the next week forecast on the right. We will be warming up across the midsection of the country, feeling it more across the Midwest into the Great Lakes than we do in the Northeast. It'll be a little bit of a slower warm up there, still in the path of a couple shots of cool air over the next 3 to 5 days. And then precipitation kind of caught in the middle. We'll see some heavier moisture across the north, perhaps upstate New York and the northern portions of New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine tapping into that. But Delta's moisture at this point expected to curve off to the south of the Northeast as well. But again, perhaps southern portions of the region tapping into that as well. So a couple of things to watch on our periphery, but nothing really making a beeline for the Northeast as we head through the next 7 days. Now, as we go through the next few, we're going to keep this same pattern in place. Ridge in the west, a trough in the east. We're going to bring another reinforcing shot of some cooler air in on the heels of a little front here as we head through the next 48 hours. But change is on the way as we head into the weekend. We're going to start to see this trough across the Hudson Bay down to the Great Lakes swing off to the northeast, lifting across the Atlantic. And what happens then at the same time, we're going to watch another powerful wave swing in across the Gulf of Alaska. That's going to help drag a trough inland across the Pacific Northwest and eventually bringing it all the way into the central U.S. So we're going to see a pattern that we have not seen for quite some time across the North America, and that's a trough west and a ridge east. So this opens up the midsection of the country to showers and storms. It also helps tap into the Gulf of moisture, bringing deep Gulf moisture northward for the first time in several weeks, but this helps us warm back up. This is going to be a warmer pattern across the Northeast as we head into the weekend and early next week. Now, before we get there, here's the big wave rotating around the base of that trough, bringing in some cooler air as we head into the Thursday time frame. You can see it right there, punching into the Northeast region. That's what helps take this trough off to the east, though, lifting it, across the North Atlantic. And as we do so, we await our trough to swing in across the Pacific Northwest, and that allows ridging to take back over across the central part of the U.S., allowing warmer temperatures to return to the region. As we take it even further, though, into the Monday and Tuesday time frame, you see the trough swinging in. There's the first wave, and then we've got a second piece waiting off behind it. Digging this trough in across the west and then eventually the central U.S., that will help us get going with our first central U.S. storm system in quite some time. I'm going to skip over the moisture plot here. We're going to go straight to the precipitation forecast because I want to show you the relatively dry pattern across the Northeast. Now, as this trough swings in, bringing a cooler shot of air over the next 48 hours, we will see that chance for some showers, heaviest across upstate New York, northern portions of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine as we head through the day on Wednesday. Going to be a showery day across northern portions. Pennsylvania and New Jersey, southward from there, likely staying dry during the day on Wednesday. This will get out of here Thursday, bringing just cloud cover and maybe a couple raindrops as we head through Thursday into Thursday night, quieting out as we head into Friday, and this is when we'll start to warm up. Ridging moves in as we head into the weekend. We're starting to watch Delta's impacts now across the southern U.S. Eventually, some of that moisture perhaps lifting toward the northeast associated with that trough swinging in, that big storm system that comes in from the west and then lifts into the northeast. That helps take Delta, flinging it off across the mid-Atlantic into the Atlantic Ocean, and then allowing the storm system to plow in. So we're still 7 days away from this event actually taking place, from Delta's impacts and then the storm system on the backside. And these are some big moving pieces that we need to sort some details out on. So I'm going to kind of tease the timing there, but we'll wait to talk about some of the specific impacts and the heaviest precipitation locations as we get a little bit closer to the weekend. But over the next 5 days, again, dry across the northeast, all the way back into the Corn Belt, just northern portions picking up some moisture here, primarily during the day tomorrow. That's going to be the heaviest rain here falling during the day tomorrow until we get to the end of the weekend into early next week, days 6 to 10. Much more moisture making its way from the south into the mid-Atlantic and then off into the northeast region. Good agreement from the GFS. I'll show you the precipitation forecast from the GFS, as I have been showing you predominantly the European operational model. Here's our Wednesday precipitation, again, across primarily upstate New York, northern New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, keeping it dry across Pennsylvania and New Jersey up toward Long Island as we head into the weekend. And then we'll have to watch for both Delta and our upper level low to bring in some moisture here as we get into the back half of the weekend, more likely early next week. A look at your high temperatures then as we go through the next 5 days. 60s for just about everyone today. We'll knock things a bit cooler across the north tomorrow. That's associated with that little system swinging through. High temperatures in the 50s across upstate New York tomorrow afternoon. Much cooler on the backside of that front Thursday and Friday, but then we'll start to warm up quickly as we head into the weekend. 70s and 80s back across the region.